Alright, Shalom. I'm gonna give all praise to Yahweh, Bashim, Rashad, Bashim, Kakadash, Damas to the apostles and elders, that great millstone who rule well. Peace, blessings. Shalom, peace, and blessings to the what? Pushing this word throughout the four corners. Shalom. Real quick, I want to get this video in because, we're living in biblical times. It's pretty exciting. You have, fires in Australia. Now, these fires have been going on for I want to say on a week, or probably like 6, almost a week, and these are things that we are likely to see happen in the men of the Lord. All right. Now, outside looking in, a person says, "Oh, pray for Australia," or trying to save the koalas and the kangaroos. But these are we're seeing things that the Lord said would happen. So we will rejoice. We rejoice in what the Lord has to come to this place. He's visiting the planet Earth, as you can see, and we don't go out our way to donate any money, or there's actually videos too. I see. We don't donate money, for the cause. If anything, we send up a prayer. If there be any elect among them in Australia now, there is a brother that I know. I don't know him personally, but I've seen a couple of his videos. He's in Australia, and may the Most High bless him and keep him in the time that he's down there. Because other than that, we want that place to burn. Because Esau, so dozens of blazes, many of them out of control, and it's hella out of control. The city, suburbs, areas hundreds of miles north from Byron Bay, November 11th, 2019. Did it start then? They said 100,000 homes at risk. Huh. Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to look up this stat that I seen. I think Dabu 7 brought it out. Yeah, like I said, the Lord willing, the brothers okay. We put up a prayer for him, because Esau dwelling in that piece of land for the most part. He's pretty much running the world like damn devil. How many animals died in Australia? Then I'll make it a scripture. Janky phone. Australia. The Irwin family saved 90,000 animals. 500 million animals and plants killed. So, Australia fires. How many animals died? Australia fires. How do we know how many animals have died? There's widely reported estimate that almost 500 million, 480 million animals have been killed by the brush fires in Australia. So that's hella animals. That's mad animals, man. You can I think that you can thank Esau as well for how the way he sets up his environments and his how he runs the world as far as the environment, the toxic chemicals he puts out in the world, and how he sets up his his neighborhoods and his different structures. It's wicked, and also it's just mainly the Lord. And I'm gonna get precept. I'm gonna get precept because the Lord said He'll show us this. So really, we don't really marvel. We just see it for what it is. Book of John, chapter John 16, I believe verse 13. 16 and 13. I have yet. No, I'll start at 11. Start at verse 11 of judgment, because the prince of the world is judged. I have yet many things to say unto you, but you cannot bear them now. Howbeit, when He, the Spirit of truth, is come, He will guide you into all truth. For He shall not speak of Himself, but whosoever He shall hear, that shall He speak, and He will shew you things to come. So He will show us these things to come. And He shall glorify me, for He shall receive of me, and He shall shew unto you. That's right. He's going to show us these things, that boost our faith. Tempest. He's showing us all these things, Because also you got to remember, back in 2019, the Lord visited California with those wildfires up there too. So he visited that part of the town they called Paradise. Ran a lot of them Edomites, some devils out of there. Those fires look crazy. This is Isaiah 29:6. Thou shalt be visited, the Lord of hosts, with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire. So those fires is devouring with a little bit of, if the wind is hitting at a certain high pace, high speed, and there's fire, that fire is going to carry, and especially I know because those animals, basically the scenery and how Australia is so palatial. There's a lot of brush. There's a lot of nature and trees. So that fire is going to carry. If anything nefarious has come out about it, I haven't heard it, but you mean anything done on purpose or weapon warfare? I haven't heard anything about that yet. But that's just things that are happening because we're living in biblical times. Isaiah 30:30, and the Lord shall cause His glorious voice to be heard, and shall shew the lightning down of His arm, because that's the Most High. That's Him. That's Him in the form of these thunderstorms, tornadoes, hurricanes. That's the Most High. That's His works. It's His judgments. Floodings, with the indignation of his anger, and with the flame of a devouring fire, with scattering and tempest and hailstones. So you see a lot of that, meaning the Most High is doing His works. You gotta have a lot of our people. You have Israelites in Australia as well. So a lot of them lost. Some of them lost their homes. People are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So we're seeing a ramp up of Most High. Hey, the scriptures say, I'm gonna get it real quick. So what if it already be kindled? Kindled. Because it's just gonna be all straight up crazy when the Most High, when the Lord Yahushua makes his arrival. Okay, his grandio. I ain't gonna say that. His grand arrival to the earth. This is Luke chapter 12 and 49. I am come to send fire on earth, and what will I if it already be kindled? So, what if it already be kindled? It's going to be all types of fires. People on fire, buildings on fire, right? Fire on fire. And he's going to come with fire. That's spiritual too, because he's going to come with fire. Now, I'm going to make it too long, because I don't feel so good, but hey, the Lord, hey, I've seen a video on RT. They said 2019, the year 2019, last year, was the most sightings. There's the most sightings of UFOs ever. Now they call the UFOs because they can't identify, but hey, we can identify through the Spirit. That's a chariots of the Lord with the angels and Yahushua. So we know what that's about. Esau, he's a base man. He don't know it. For the most part, the leaders of the world, the elites, they know. The average cracker don't know. 2009 was a banner year for incredible UFO sightings. It's been a hell of a year for identify flying objects, and that's spiritual, man. Because that's what's up, man. We won't need those chariots for salvation and for destruction too. And to fight this damn devil, destroy these damn heathens, these damn devils, man. It says, once thought to be a fiction of works to sell tabloids, 2019 has been awash with news of UFOs, aliens, and strange phenomena, including reports from variable sane sources. So even sources that's not just tabloids and just shit post news, credible sources, New York Post, Washington Post, and New York Times, all different types of CBS. You've seen the chariots everywhere, man. In the spiritual, I just seen there was a chariot in early 2019, February, that went viral, and it was an actual chariot. It was legitimately a big, huge chariot, like sitting vertically in the sky. Recorded. It's on YouTube. I praise Yahbashim Rashai. And I'm gonna read a little bit more and close it out. It says, in May, the Pentagon admitted it investigates UFOs soon after Navy pilots claimed not to only have seen but recorded UFOs during training exercise in 2004. It's like 2004 to 2015. It says in November, another report in Popular Mechanics. That's a good source if it's seen it. It says confirmed that after the 2004 incident, two unknown individuals took the data tapes away and wiped the Navy hard drive incidents. Meanwhile, just around the time the Popular Mechanics report was released, unidentified flying objects were captured on video off North Carolina's Outer Banks, and Army announced a partnership with Blink 182 frontman Tom DeLonge to the Stars academy to research alien technology, but while astronomers say humans finding aliens may take a long time, it's not aliens in there. It's not freaking green aliens in those chariots, man. Okay, There's no, you know, it's the angels, man. Okay, the celestial angels. 2019 was a particularly active year for UFO visiting Earth. That's spiritual. That's what's up. Okay, that's faith boosters for us. Because just one chariot. Some brothers see it more than others. I do sometimes. I haven't seen them in a while, but they'll peek out and they'll appear, and um, they're gonna even one chariot in one city is gonna be damn amazing. It's gonna be a big event. It's gonna be, especially when all hell starts to break loose. Okay, because it's scriptural about the chariots. Pillar by night, cloud by night, cloud. One scripture that justifies the chariots of the Lord. It says, "And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of the cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light to go by night and day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people." So Israelites, man, we're even in chattel slavery. We talked about the chariots, swing low, sweet chariot. Okay, so we're not new to this true to this, and those chariots have weaponry on them too, because they're going to come back and defeat the devil. That's the main thing we rely on, and the factor of taking this devil and his military out in these other nations is the chariots. That's going to be a big deal, a big factor. And the scriptures in Ezekiel talk about a wheel within a wheel. In Ezekiel, if I'm not mistaken, this freaking phone. I'm gonna get this and get it and do it. It's the book of Ezekiel 10 and 10. And as for their appearances, they four had one likeness, as if wheel had been in the midst of a wheel. When they went upon the four sides. They turned not as they went, but the place where the head looked, they followed it. They turned not as they went, in their whole body, as their backs and their hands and their winds and the wheels were full of eyes. As for the wheels, it was cried unto them in my hearing, O wheel. And there's people who dedicate their lives to studying them, that see them, okay, know about them, believe in them. Even heathens, when heathens see them, they go crazy, okay. And a lot of our people are going to be seeing it. A lot of Esau is going to try to maybe set up his damn Project Bluebeam to try to deceive the people, but they won't deceive the elect. Okay. Donald Trump has his Space Force, a new branch of the military, the Space Force, donating trillions of dollars. For what? What are you donating money? What are you building a Space Force for? What do you need that for? Why are you taking that so serious over anything else because he knows what's up. The elites know what's up. All right. Lord willing, is that fine. We're living in biblical times, man. And this is what the elect is waiting for, to come in, the coming of the Lord, and to see the destruction of the so-called white man society, his rulership, and the coming of the 144,000 in the 1/3 rulership under Yahweh Bashim Rashai. All praises to Yahweh Bashim Rashai. Bashim Kakadash, the honors to the apostles and elders that gave most peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom.